Hey you all, Farmer Jesse here. Today, I thought I would talk about internships, or apprenticeships, whatever you want to call them. My wife and I started out as farm apprentices. I did 2 years as an intern. So I want to talk about what they are, what to expect from them, how to approach them, and actually what to wear, because this is a big question we had. So, let's do it. I interned for the first time at Bug Tussle Farm in 2010. This was my first foray at all into agriculture. In 2011, I came back for a second season, and my wife was the other intern. And we hit it off. At the end of the season, I proposed to her in the carrots, we got married. Long story short, we now own a farm, whatever it is, 9 years later. And that's kind of where we got our start. We both really loved our internship. We loved the family we were working for, Eric and Cher Smith at Bug Tussle Farm. We really loved their kids. We really loved that farm, the style of farming. It was organic. We did some no-till things. We also did a lot of different things. We did a lot of rotational grazing with animals, so I got experience with that. We got experience with all sorts of animals, pigs, turkeys, chickens, ducks, everything. We got experience with all of the animals and vegetable production. So we got to see the whole, farm process. We got to see it from start to finish. And I went through that second season, and actually the first season we did for free. The second season they paid me a stipend and also allowed me to earn some of my own money. So it was a cool system. They kind of incubated us in that way. That isn't necessarily going to be the story for every internship. I want to start with how to find the right internship for you and where to find it. So what do you want? How do you want to farm? Do you want animals? Do you want some experience with animals to know if you want them? That would be my recommendation. But if you think you want animals, find an animal farm. If you're not sure, find a farm that also does some animals, because you may like it, you may not. You may find that it's a passion of yours. We really love sheep, and I wouldn't have known that had I not worked with sheep at Bug Tussle. So finding a farm that maybe does a variety of different things is a good way to kind of taste the different options you have in agriculture. Finding a farm that's on the scale you want to farm. If you have access to 10 or 15 acres or something from your family, find a farm that's doing 10 or 15 acres and farm with them. Unless you don't want to farm that much, then find a farm that's maybe doing 1 acre or 2 acres. Kind of scale what kind of farming you want to the farm you intern for. I think that's important because your internship is going to reflect how you farm for a very long time. Where to find them? I would always look for your internship where you want to farm. So if you want to farm in the Southeast, I wouldn't go to the Pacific Northwest to intern, or France, or Texas. I would go to the Southeast where you want to farm. This is because your pests pressures are going to be different, your weed pressures are going to be different, your humidity control, all of those things. All of that stuff is going to be different no matter where you are. So you want to intern where you want to arrive, where you want to stay. And you may not know, that's fine too. Nothing wrong with just not knowing where you want to farm. Maybe you don't have a home that you're really, passionate about. Maybe you don't want to go. I wanted to come back to Kentucky. Not everybody wants to return to Kentucky. I'm cool with that. But maybe you do. Maybe you want to go back to Indiana or Texas or wherever it is. Find a farm that's in that area so that you get an idea for the climate. That's super important. We moved 3 hours north of Bug Tussle, and our climate is different here. Just a little bit, but enough that it's significant. So as close to that area as you can, that's ideal. I should also say you can find these on WWOOF, WWOOF.org, Worldwide Organization of Organic Farmers, or one of those things. Find it on there. You can find internships all over the place, and you can find small internships or short internships. They're available on WWOOF. Another thing, just Google it. Just Google the area you want to go to. See if there are any internships in that area. That's what I did. That's how I found Bug Tussle. I looked for Biodynamic Farm, Kentucky, and they came up there. And then they also came up on WWOOF, so I was able to find them. The farmer's market. The farmer's market is a really great place to find your farm. Go there, talk to the farmer. One, if you connect to one or you really like the produce and it looks like a good operation, see if they offer an internship. Maybe they have a job, maybe they have an opportunity for you. There is a difference between apprenticing and internships, but I should just say while I'm in the middle of this, Farmers don't often make that distinction. Some farmers will, and if you do, of course, as always, leave your comments below if you have an experience you want to share, or if you have an opinion about any of this. Like I say in every one of these videos, I don't have all the good ideas or good advice, so make sure to add your experience below. I love that. We've had lots of great comments on these videos, so do that. Also like the video while you're watching it, because that helps too, to spread it to more farmers. So yeah, go to the farmer's market, check them out. Vet your farmer in that way. See, does the produce look nice and clean? Are they really friendly? Do they seem like they're on top of it? Buy some of the produce, talk to them, just see what they've got going on. I want to say one really important thing is to not rush this experience. We're all in a hurry to start our own farms, but this is going to be incredibly valuable for you. Spend all the time you can working with your farmer, getting all the knowledge you can out of them. It will save you so much time in the future. It is worth it. Dedicate a lot of energy to your education, and work when the farmer's working. Don't judge the farmer. You may not, if you've been reading a lot about market farming and you've been watching all the videos, leave that stuff at home. Come to help the farmer, to be okay with the drudgery. You're gonna do a lot of grunt work, maybe pulling weeds, maybe hoeing all the time. That's good. You need to get your body in shape before you can start a farm. This is something I think is really important, is just the sheer conditioning. The conditioning is essential, and that's one way that you need to look at your internship, is not just about the education, but about the conditioning. You have to condition yourself to be standing outside in 25-degree weather to move your sheep, or whatever. You have to condition yourself, your body, your mind, your work ethic. You have to learn how to work with a sense of urgency. All of those things are extremely important to farming. If you don't do that, if you don't go into it with that mindset, it's gonna be really hard for you when you do start your own farm, not knowing just how hard to work. That's critically important, knowing how long a task is gonna take you. So absorb all that. Embrace the time you spend in the field, even when it's hot and it's drudgery. Do it. That is farming. Like, farming isn't all the fun stuff. Farming is a lot of, moving stuff around, picking stuff up, and you've got to figure out ways to do that efficiently. But your first few years, it's going to be heavy, hot, and hard. Just is. That's how farming is. All right, I do want to talk about some of the things to wear. This is a big question we had. I didn't know what a farmer wore. I didn't come from agriculture. So what do you wear? Now, if you're doing any sort of internship in the middle of a winter, or in the early spring or late in the fall, you're gonna need some sort of neoprene gloves. I recommend these. These are Carhartt insulated gloves. They stay relatively waterproof. I recommend getting a good, relatively waterproof jacket. You're gonna need some rain gear. You're gonna need that all season. Get some good rain pants and some good rain jacket. If you have recommendations for that, please put them below. We just got these polyester nylon pants. I would take them off and show you, but it's cold out. They are awesome, and they're kind of waterproof, and they're really good in cold weather. So look for something like that. Boots, you're gonna need boots. You're gonna need a straw hat. And when I say boots, you're gonna need rain boots. Some sort of rain boot. Doesn't have to be the expensive one. I like the muck boots, the bogs boots, and extra tough. All of those work fine. You don't need that. You just need something that's going to keep the water off your feet, especially if you don't know if you wanna be a farmer. Get something affordable. They make $20 rain boots. Just get those for now, but you're ultimately gonna wanna bump up. So if you have the money, go ahead and invest it. I also really like just plain clogs, garden clogs. These are so important in the middle of the summer, just to be able to slip them on, run outside, go in your garden. A lot of times we'll go barefoot, but obviously don't have to go barefoot. Just something that's easy to get on and off, I think is really important. And then some work boots. You may want some hard, leather work boots. T-shirts, pants. Don't worry about fitting in with the other farmers. You're just gonna stand out no matter what you do. Yeah, if you didn't grow up on the countryside, you're probably just not gonna look like you came from there. They know you didn't come from there, so don't even try. Just dress how is comfortable for you. I really like long sleeve, light, kind of button-up shirts in the summertime, and that just keeps the sun off. You want to keep the sun off as much as possible. Grow a beard if you're a guy. If you're a girl, long hair, and then be able to tie it up. Hannah wants to shave behind her neck so that she can have long hair to protect her from the sun, but when it gets hot, put it up so it's not as intense. Yeah, think about that stuff. Just keep the sun off of you. This is great for keeping the sun off of you. Farmers, did I forget anything? Sunglasses are a good idea. Good ball cap. Straw hat is super critical. This kind of hat is super critical. Just want to reiterate, go into it with an open mind. Learn what you can, take away what you can, and just get that experience and really approach it as conditioning. When I say most people aren't going to be able to adjust immediately to farming, I mean it. The vast majority of you. I was in great shape when I started farming, and it was super hard. The first 2 weeks wiped me out. I was convinced that I didn't want to be a farmer. I was like, I'm gonna see this through, but I don't want to be a farmer. And now here I am, whatever, 9 years later, going into my 10th season, and I'm like, I love farming. I love it. My body's used to it now. I'm used to the heat, I'm used to the cold, I'm used to the work, the stress, all of it. Takes some time. It's a different sport. Takes it, anybody can do it, and any body can do it. You just need to get used to it. So that is the first thing you need to think about with your internship. It is hard, it's hot, and it takes a while. Savor that education. Get your body in the habit, get the techniques down, learn the little nuances, learn how to communicate with your neighbors. Talk, that kind of stuff is very important. And that's the kind of stuff you pick up in an internship. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go to the Oak Conference. So like this video if you like this video. Make sure to share it with your friends. Subscribe if you are a farmer. Leave your opinions, your thoughts, any sort of insight you have down below. We've been doing really awesome with that. Lots of great comments. I recommend the internship. I do. Do you? Maybe not. Let us know why. Other than that, you all, we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.